Hello class, Mr. Guarino here. In this video, I'm going to illustrate how to use the line tool in Adobe Animate 2022. So let me create a new Animate document. And over here is our line tool. I'm going to click that. You can set your stroke here, the color, I'll just leave it on black. The style, you can do all these crazy different styles. Different types of width type things. You can even click this button and go to edit stroke style and change it to even more things that just aren't like available or more customizations. But I mean, it's a line, so I'm just going to draw a basic line. So I'm going to do, and this was up a little too far. Let me move this down. Where'd it go? There it is. Ooh, a little jumpy. There we go. So, create a line. Notice it's got sharp ends there, and that's because if I go to my select tool and select it, over here I got it on projecting cap. You can change them to round, or you can change them to just flat. Projecting cap means it goes further, which it's hard to tell here, but if you go to your sub-selection tool, if I can get it to fly out, there we go, and click on this, you can see where the little dots end or show up at the ends, and that's rounded, and then this is normal. And then this is extended, so they go a little bit past that. Not a big deal. These options over here for miter, if you hover over it, it says how they join. Well, it's not joined to anything right now. So if I go back to my line tool and I draw another one so that they are joined, notice it rounded the corner because I had that on round. If I go back to my selection tool and click this one, notice it only picks the one line, but if I double click, it picks both, and then I can change to a beveled joint or a sharp corner or the rounded, because then it's joined. Alright, so that's how to make lines in Adobe Animate. But now let's make something. So let me delete that and start off. I think I'll change the color of my background. I'll go with this green. I don't know why, just wanted to choose that. So now we're going to use our line tool to draw a house, sort of like a three-dimensional house, like a cube, but with a little bit of detail to it. And I am not the best drawer in the world. I believe people who look at this video and then draw a house will probably make ones that look better than mine, and that's okay. I'm just showing you how to do it. So I want a box here to begin with. To get it vertical, if you hold shift, you can't, it goes like 45-degree increments. So that's a good way to make sure you got a vertical line, hold it again, get a horizontal line, hold it again, or another vertical line. Actually, that's a little small. So if you don't go out far enough, you can just click in there and drag some more, some mores, down here, and then over to there. So it's like I got a rectangle, pretty much, right? With if I did a rectangle with no fill, just stroke, you know. But that's why when you click on a rectangle, you get 4 different sides, because really it's just 4 lines connected. So if I double click, there it is. So now let me do the other lines. So of course now this little freehand, because we're going to go on an angle, I think maybe over here. And then over here. See, now that sharp corner thing doesn't work good. So for blending together. So if I double click everything and I go to rounded corners, well, we got to do one at a time. Oh, not there, here. There we go. That's the joint. There, rounded corners there. Let me double click everything and say rounded corners, and now click away. So they blend together a little better when they're rounded, and that's why you have those options for lines, depending on how you want them to look. And you can see here I've already drawn this line's a little bit not on the same angle, so let me delete that. Again, I don't have to be perfect because I'm just illustrating. You guys should make it look nice because you want it to look nice. And then here I'm going to do a horizontal line. And if it doesn't end on that one exactly, I'll just click here and go a little further. And then I'm going to drop this down. Now you can see it's a little messed up on the end there, but I don't care. Click here, drop this down to like here. And then this over to there. Well, that looks pretty good. It's a box, right? So right now it just looks like a box, like an ice cube. But now we're going to add some detail. So now I go here and I click inside there, go up, maybe to there, maybe to here, and down. And then that's like going to be my door. Here's my window. The stroke maybe was a little fatter than it should have been. I went a little too far over there. Let's see. Here we're going to go like this, make another window, I guess. There we go. Looking like a house. Let's make the house a different color. So now we go to our paint bucket tool and let's make the house, I don't know what's a good color for our house. Just light blue, I guess, maybe. So click in there, click in there. Now I'm clicking over here and that's not working. If I click in here, that works, but I don't want it colored over there. I want it colored over here. And sometimes that can be a little tricky. So what I'm going to do is go back to my select tool. Depending on how you close these corners, it may or may not want to fill it. Double click this, whoopsie. Click on this once, click on this once, click on this once. Go back to my bucket tool, and let's see now. See now it still doesn't want to fill it. So I'm actually going to delete this, 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 and this, and try again. So click here, hold down, go across, click here, down, click here, go over, click here, and go down. Went too far, as you can see. Now let's try it again. Okay, so that time it worked. So as I said, sometimes that could be a little tricky. I don't know if it's because I put the doors in first. It's not supposed to be, because over here it worked. I put the window in first. It's just the way these things join together. If it doesn't see it as completely closed, it doesn't want to fill it. So you can just do it over again. So now, back to the tool here, the line tool. Click and drag up. Click and drag over. I made my door a little narrow last time anyway, so doing it over is not the worst deal in the world. Worst thing in the world. And remember, hold down Shift if you want to constrain it so that it's horizontal and vertical. And now let's see if I can go, well, I don't actually want the green in there. I actually want white. So go to my bucket tool, choose white, click here, click here. Oh, crap. So therefore, somehow it's seeing this as part of that, which is weird. Which is very weird. So you see what happens with you guys here. And let's go back to our favorite, to another tool, the rectangle tool with a stroke of black and a fill of white. That's a nice way to make a window too. So now we got what we were looking for. Now I just want a little circle over there for the doorknob. So Control plus a couple times, drag it over, go to my oval tool, and I don't need a stroke. Actually, if I put, oh, I don't know, how will this look? A black circle with red stroke that's just kind of thin, so it's got a little detail on my doorknob. Let's see. Oh, the stroke is so thick that it doesn't even make the circle. There we go. Just a little red on the outside as a detail. That's one big doorknob, isn't it? So modified, transform, free transform, and let's shrink it down a little bit. And of course, because it was a shape, it cut through my white, which you can see that it cut through. So that was bad. So let me undo all that. So when we create the oval, make sure we have it set on being an object so it doesn't merge in with the white, or cut out the white, I should say. And then let's draw that. Again, it's a little big. Why do I have a hard time with this, drawing it too big? Let me click here, modify, transform, free transform, and shrink this down a little bit. There we go. And click on my select tool and just move it over there. Okay, so now we have a little house. So using your line tool, draw me a three-dimensional house. Like I said, a little difficulty with the colors. Do what you got to do to get it to work. Put on the little doorknob or whatever. Oh, here, you can do this too. Here's a great application for the line tool. Almost forgot. So it's a window. Usually sometimes we have, that's pretty small, pretty thin. Let me make it a 1 instead of a 0.1. So I'm trying to draw, like, the cross that goes through the window. And maybe this one just is, this one over here is a sliding window. So let me make it a 2. It slides back and forth, left and right. Oops. So something like that. Okay. If you wanted to detail the door as well, I guess you could. But you get the picture. And yes, my art is terrible. But you guys will make something nicer. I'm sure you will. So use the line tool and make a house.